A sister you trusted is working with a stranger. They are planning something that could cost you everything. Archangel Michael says, there is a disturbance in your spiritual atmosphere that you didn't invite, but it has already entered your life like a shadow crawling through a crack in the wall. Something is being done behind your back by the very person you once held closest, your own sister. A stranger has entered her circle, and their whispered conversations carry the energy of betrayal that could shatter everything you've built. They're not talking about little things, they're discussing you, your blessings, your position, and even your name. They see your rising light, and they're now plotting a way to use it, crush it, or trade it for their benefit. She was supposed to protect you, but what she is doing now is a form of spiritual robbery clothed in silence. You didn't see it coming because you trusted too much, loved too hard, and believed that family would never cross certain lines. But the truth is, lines have been crossed. The stranger is not just some random outsider, but someone trained in manipulation, someone experienced in peeling away people from their roots. The moment this bond was formed between them, an energy shift took place in your household. The walls know. The air feels different. There's a tension that hasn't been explained yet, but it will soon burst out of hiding. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Their plan is growing in silence, and you're not supposed to know about it until it's too late. But this message reaches you before the storm hits. Your angels have exposed it because your soul is protected by divine vision. This stranger has studied you from a distance, collecting fragments of your behavior, your struggles, your desires, and your blessings. They are using your sister as a key to enter your life deeper, not as a guest but as a taker. Your sister thinks she's in control, but she's being used like a puppet in a much darker plot. This betrayal is not just a personal wound, it has the power to bring collapse in your career, your reputation, and even your finances if not stopped. The documents, the digital trails, and the voice notes they've exchanged hold proof of what is brewing. But heaven has decided to open this file to you first. Type Amen to get blessing 717. You're not reading this by accident. This moment has been timed with celestial precision, arriving like thunder before lightning. Archangel Michael has been watching everything, and now, the sword of truth is being drawn for your protection. What she's telling them is not just gossip. It's sensitive details, your passwords, your schedules, your emotional triggers. This person she's working with has no emotional attachment to you, they only see opportunity. And your sister has allowed the door to remain open. There's a name that keeps coming up in their conversations. It might be unfamiliar to you now, but soon it will show up in emails, legal papers, or even news tied to your name. This stranger is about to do something that will put your identity, your assets, or your integrity under threat. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Your instincts have already tried to warn you. That sudden anxiety, the urge to stay quiet when your sister enters the room, the chill you feel when she touches your belongings, those are spiritual signs. You are not imagining it. A few weeks ago, you might have noticed she started behaving differently, more distant, more curious about things she never cared about before. She's not asking questions just for conversation, she's doing it as a funnel of data for someone else. It's not what she says, but the way she looks at you when she thinks you're not watching that tells the truth. There's a piece of property, a valuable item, or a financial asset that they are targeting. They are planning to shift it under a new name. And they're confident you won't notice it until it's too late. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Archangel Michael says, the stranger entered your sister's life disguised as a helper, but their true intention is to siphon your energy and resources. Your sister, blinded by jealousy and illusions, thinks she's gaining power, but she's opening both of you to a spiritual trap. Every word you speak now matters. Every step you take from this point is guided by divine alertness. You're under observation, but you're not alone. The energy of this stranger is filled with cold calculation. They're testing you, trying to see when you'll break, when you'll react, and when you'll question the changes around you. But the power you hold cannot be taken without your awareness, and now that awareness has arrived. Type Amen to get blessing 444. A time will soon come when your sister will ask you to sign something. She'll downplay it. She'll say it's just a favor. But don't be fooled. There will be an incident, small but strange, that will alert you. Maybe a misplaced item, maybe a wrongly forwarded message, or perhaps a slip in a conversation. That's your confirmation. Behind this entire operation is a much older story. There's a family history of betrayal that you didn't know was repeating itself until now. And your name was always meant to be the one to break the cycle. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Your divine protectors are on full alert. Every move they make from this point forward will be exposed, even the ones you don't witness with your eyes. The stranger will feel discomfort, like they're being watched, because they are. You're being guided to pay attention to bank activity, property transitions, name registrations, and any shifts in power within your environment. The attempt will come quietly. But you will now be louder in spirit, more discerning, and more prepared. Archangel Michael has marked your house with divine light. Anything that tries to enter with wrong intention will trip over divine interference. They will begin to fight among themselves because darkness can never stay in agreement for long. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You are not meant to fight them with anger. You are meant to observe, protect your documents, strengthen your energy, and let your spiritual team reveal everything in divine time. Your silence will become your weapon. There's going to be a phone call or a message that you'll receive soon. It might seem normal, but it holds a hidden agenda. They want a response from you to confirm their next move. Decline unnecessary meetups. Stay unpredictable. When you stay still, the enemy gets restless, and in that restlessness, they will make mistakes. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. There is power in what you don't say. Your wisdom is now being sharpened. Your decisions must be based on alignment, not emotion. The one who is betraying you will soon feel guilt. But that guilt will not stop them unless they see you rising beyond what they tried to block. Let your success be the sword that cuts their illusion. You may have loved her deeply, but love without boundaries opens the door to spiritual manipulation. You are being called to love differently now, with wisdom, with clarity, and with discernment. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Their final conversation about you will happen under stress. Things are already crumbling between them. One will feel exposed and begin to panic. This stranger has enemies of their own. They are not as invisible as they pretend to be. The same darkness they're using will begin to chase them as your divine protection increases. Very soon, someone will come to you privately with information you weren't supposed to hear. This will not only confirm your suspicions, it will expose deeper secrets, ones that could change how you see your family forever. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Keep a physical copy of your important papers. Keep a digital trace of every strange communication. And be ready to activate legal and spiritual safeguards if needed. This betrayal may have started from within, but its exposure is coming from above. Heaven is not just watching, it is intervening. Archangel Michael says, "You are surrounded now by protective energy shields. What was meant to destroy you will now serve as a testimony to your rising power. Watch carefully, your sister is being tested, and how she responds next will determine her spiritual fate." Type Amen to get blessing 303. There are people who already suspected this alliance. They kept quiet because they weren't sure what was real. But now, they will begin to speak. Don't be surprised when someone from the past returns to apologize. They may have witnessed something they regret not telling you earlier. Now, they want to make it right. The stranger may try to disappear when things unravel. But your angels have marked them. Wherever they go, they will carry the consequence of their intentions. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. This spiritual war is not about destroying your sister, it's about saving your destiny. You were chosen for a legacy that cannot be transferred or stolen. The darkness that entered your circle cannot last under your divine light. You were meant to read this message now, not later. Because later would have been too late. Your path is now clearer than ever. You have support from realms beyond what your eyes can see. Every prayer, every sacred tear, every silent pain you carried has built a divine army on your behalf. And they're now stepping into action. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Stay watchful, stay centered, and remember, your breakthrough will not be stolen. It has already begun. Your justice is unfolding. Your divine reward is near. Type Amen to get blessing 1000. You are not reading this continuation by coincidence. This is divine timing. What they are planning is now collapsing slowly, like a faulty rope fraying at the edges, unable to hold the weight of lies anymore. This sister who once called you in joy is now acting from a place of emptiness. There is a void in her spirit, and the stranger noticed it first. Instead of helping her heal, they filled it with poison, and now she's repeating patterns that were meant to end with your generation. Your angels are not only exposing what is being done, they are preparing to reverse it completely. What they steal shall return. What they curse shall be transformed into a sacred blessing. Type Amen to get blessing 4545. The day is coming when your name will be spoken in a room full of plans. But every time they try to advance the scheme, obstacles will arise. Technology will fail. Signatures won't match. Timelines will be interrupted. This is not luck, this is divine interference. The stranger is starting to get paranoid. They've realized you are not as vulnerable as your sister described. Their confidence is turning to confusion. And confusion is where all dark plans begin to unravel. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Archangel Michael says, your enemies are blinded by urgency. They are rushing the plan because they know their window is closing. In that rush, they are dropping evidence, pieces of their plot that the universe will hand to you. Someone who overheard a private conversation is beginning to feel guilty. This person does not know you directly, but they will feel a spiritual pull to warn you. Their message will come in a mysterious way, perhaps anonymously, perhaps as a random encounter, but it will be the key. The stranger is not just a person. It is an energy, a taker, a siphoner, an intruder of destiny. But your light is now repelling that force, and the countdown has already started for their exposure. Type Amen to get blessing 5252. Your dreams are about to become prophetic. They will no longer be random. You'll begin to receive messages while you sleep, visions, symbols, colors, even names that have meaning. Do not ignore them. Keep a notebook near your bed. Your soul is entering divine communication. You are being prepared for a moment where you will have to speak, act, and decide swiftly. The final test is not in how much you react, but in how firmly you stand. Your silence will disturb them more than your words ever could. Type Amen to get blessing 808. They thought they had more time. They believed you were naive. But now that your eyes are opening, the stranger is afraid, and your sister is caught between guilt and greed. Soon she will be given a chance to stop this. The decision she makes will be irreversible. It will either pull her back to grace, or drag her into ruin alongside the one she trusted. You were never meant to be destroyed. You were meant to be awakened. This moment is your awakening. Type Amen to get blessing 9999. Your angels are not just preparing your protection, they're preparing your promotion. The very storm that was meant to erase your blessings will now be used to elevate you. This attack is exposing you to higher levels of spiritual vision. You're seeing things that used to confuse you clearly. You're hearing the tone behind the words people speak. You're feeling energy in ways you never did before. It's because your destiny is entering acceleration mode. What was supposed to happen next year is happening now. Type Amen to get blessing 6868. There will be a breaking point soon. Either a device will be left on recording, or a digital log will be recovered. Something unexpected will appear in your favor. Your sister may deny it. She may blame others. But truth will flood in so fast, she won't have time to hide anymore. You will not need revenge. Your clarity and peace will be your closure. And they will watch you rise higher than ever before. Type Amen to get blessing 7744. Remember, you are the cycle breaker. You were chosen to bring light where generations brought silence. You were not born to be a victim, you were born to be a revelation. That's why this attack came so close. That's why this betrayal came through family. Because only someone close could have delivered this blow. But only someone divinely protected could survive it and rise even stronger. Type Amen to get blessing 9494. Archangel Michael says, the sword of truth is already drawn. It will cut through every lie, every manipulation, and every shadowed conversation meant to destroy you. The spiritual court is in session, and you are on the side of truth. What they built on deception will collapse like a house of paper in the rain. The stranger may walk away, but your sister will face the mirror. What she sees in herself will haunt her longer than anything you could ever say. Because your silence carries the voice of heaven now. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. You are not meant to carry this in fear. You are meant to walk forward, prepared and protected. Nothing formed against you will survive this light. Be alert. But do not be afraid. The atmosphere is shifting. The vibration in your space is rising. You will notice a few people suddenly fall away. That's the cleansing beginning. Let them go. Type Amen to get blessing 4848. Within 11 days from now, a divine sign will appear. It will come as confirmation. It might arrive through a repeated name, an intercepted message, or even a paper you accidentally find. Don't ignore it. The stranger's name is already being exposed in spirit. Soon, it will be exposed in the physical world. Your only task now is to remain grounded and listen. The more silent you are, the louder the divine becomes. Type Amen to get blessing 7575. You are under heavy protection. Your doors are spiritually guarded. No curse can penetrate a chosen one marked for divine elevation. What is yours cannot be redirected. What was stolen will return multiplied. And what was meant to break you is about to bless you. Let the storm pass. You are the eye of calm within it. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. Stay discerning. Don't over-explain. Let your actions speak in spirit and your energy remain sovereign. If they knock, do not open unless your spirit says yes. If they call, let your silence answer. This is your season of divine boundaries. They used access to try and control you. But you've changed the locks now, and they no longer hold the key. Type Amen to get blessing 3535. Even when you feel exhausted, know this, your angels are not. They are wide awake, surrounding you, watching, shielding, intervening. They will not rest until this chapter is closed and your next one begins in full power. This betrayal is not your end. It's your catalyst. The truth is, you were always too powerful to stay hidden. And now, everything meant to keep you silent has no more control. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Final divine instruction. Don't chase closure. Don't fight to be understood. Just rise. The higher you climb, the quieter the lies become. The stranger will flee. The sister will regret. And you will thrive. This moment is yours. Heaven is watching. Victory is already written. Type Amen to get blessing 100,000. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. A sacred line has been drawn now. They've gone too far, and they will soon realize they crossed into divine territory. The stranger doesn't understand the protection around you, but your sister will feel it first, deep in her conscience. Her spirit will become heavy with restlessness. What once felt like power in her hands will begin to feel like burning coal. She will start to pull away from the stranger, not out of love for you, but because the presence of darkness will begin to weigh on her. They're already feeling the heat of your angels. Even in their dreams, they are being chased by guilt, shadows, and faces they can't recognize. Those are your ancestors watching. Type Amen to get blessing 313. There will be a knock. It may not come physically, but spiritually, it will be loud. An invitation to speak, to explain, to justify, to ask forgiveness. Don't rush to respond. You must wait for divine instruction. Not every apology is sincere. Not every regret is followed by change. Some are simply meant to open another door for betrayal. Your power now lies in silence and observation. Let them show you who they are without your interference. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. The stranger's hands are now shaking. Their confidence has crumbled. What they thought was a clever plot has turned into a spiritual trap that they themselves are caught in. They underestimated who you are in spirit. They didn't know your name echoes in higher realms. That's why their steps are being exposed one by one. Someone close to the stranger, an assistant, a colleague, or a family member, will unintentionally bring you truth. They will reveal something you never asked for. And it will align perfectly with your inner knowing. Type Amen to get blessing 50/50. Archangel Michael says, you are being restored. Not just protected, but restored in full. What they tried to damage will come back tenfold stronger. Your heart is healing. Your mind is sharpening. Your aura is expanding with every truth that is revealed. Let them drown in their confusion. You are rising in clarity. The universe is working overtime to bring light into your house again. Type Amen to get blessing 9990. There's a spiritual document being rewritten now. A timeline that once favored their plan is being erased. A new destiny is forming in your favor. People will wonder how you're still standing. They won't understand how you remained so calm. But your peace is not ordinary, it's divine. Very soon, your story will become an example. Others who were betrayed will look at you and find strength. Your survival will become a testimony. Type Amen to get blessing 6262. They called you naive, but you were patient. They said you were weak, but you were silent. They thought you were done, but you're just beginning. The reward is no longer just protection. The reward now includes recognition, promotion, and sacred inheritance. The stranger and your sister tried to delay your elevation, but they've only made it more visible. Soon, a door will open that neither of them can close. Type Amen to get blessing 4141. You'll be invited into spaces they never expected you to enter. Your name will be spoken in rooms they tried to block. And your signature will be required in contracts they once hoped would belong to them. Everything meant for harm has reversed. You'll hear a report soon, an update, a loss, or a legal breakdown from their side. That's your confirmation. This isn't revenge. It's spiritual recalibration. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. You're going to smile again, but not just the small smiles. You will laugh freely, knowing everything you feared has passed without touching your crown. You didn't lose, you were preserved. They don't know the fire you've walked through. They don't understand the weight of your calling. But you do. So walk in that power now. The time of hiding is over. Your truth is now louder than their lies. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. The final conversation between your sister and the stranger is already unraveling. One of them is accusing the other. They are already falling out. Their plan couldn't survive divine light. Every stolen file, every forged detail, every manipulative act is being dragged into exposure. You will not have to fight. The universe fights for you now. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. Your house will feel lighter soon. The tension that once sat in the walls will vanish. The fear will be replaced with warmth. You may have to change your locks, your passwords, or your patterns, but don't be afraid. Every change you make now is being guided. This chapter will close with justice. This ending will lead into a new life. Type Amen to get blessing 7474. There's something they forgot about, your connection to heaven. While they made plans in secret, your name was written on divine scrolls. Your tears were stored. Your cries were answered. Now your joy will arrive without permission. It doesn't need approval from anyone who doubted you. You are in the middle of a sacred breakthrough. Type Amen to get blessing 8282. Your sister will have to face her own darkness now. No amount of denial will cleanse it. She'll have to sit with it. She'll have to live with the cost of choosing betrayal. You were her mirror. And instead of healing, she turned against you. But the mirror remains. And it will reflect her truth until she's ready to change, or break. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Let peace enter you now. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to defend yourself. Just keep walking forward. Your next level has no space for hidden enemies. Only truth, only light, only alignment. Archangel Michael says, this was never a punishment. This was a preparation. And now, you are fully prepared. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You are chosen. You are rising. You are already victorious. Type Amen to get blessing 1 million.